What's going on, everybody? It is Larry here again for the Leroy channel, sitting in my car. So basically like a car talk. I guess that's what we're doing. Just waiting like I always do. Nothing's different. Anyway, summer's coming. Weather's definitely changing. Right now in the Northeast it's raining. It's actually kind of cold today. It only, I think, is going to reach into the mid-50s when all of last week we were in the high 80s, almost 90 degrees. It was crazy. Like, it was really hot, really uncomfortable. And, you know, anybody knows that heat waves they're unpleasant. You know, when we're not really ready for it and we go from spring weather to straight into summer weather, it's bullshit. Sorry, it really is. But depending on where you live, that's pretty much what's going to happen. And it should happen. If it doesn't, then we have other issues. But today I wanted to talk about, with the changing of weather and the increasing in heat and temperatures and all that stuff, there is concern for those with heart issues. Heat and heart they don't go well together. Okay, they not all the time. If you're perfectly healthy, then you're probably not going to have an issue. But if you have any history of heart cardiovascular issues or anything like that, you're going to have a hard time, and it actually could be incredibly dangerous. Also, on top of that, we have to consider, anybody who does a lot of weight training, and has made it their goal this year, especially during the pandemic and everything, if you have a home gym or whatever, or now that gyms have been open now for good 8 months, I want to say. End of August of 2020, the gym started reopening, at least in New York they did. So yeah, almost about 10 months now. So if you've been going to the gym and, trying to make up for lost time and, really packing it on and eating and doing all this stuff, and if you've put on weight, like if you purposely exercised and got bigger and got, heavier and got stronger and you were eating and all that stuff, if that was done on purpose, you have to understand too that your body is going to respond differently. Like, your heart's going to have to work harder now to accommodate the new size. I know this. I had issues with this. I want to say about 2019, before the pandemic. Actually, I must have gained over the course of 2 years a good solid 20 pounds on purpose. Some muscle. I'm going to say majority muscle. Some not so much, but I'm a big fan of food. So, but I know it started to stress my heart a little bit. Harder to breathe, harder to do things because my body's now carrying extra weight. So thankfully I dropped a little bit, and I'm at a comfortable zone right now. So I'm happy with that. But anyway, so getting back to the increase in temperature and the stress on the heart. This is something very, very important to watch out for as the temperature starts to rise. Now, if your body temperature rises too high, okay. Now, mind you, if it's too hot or too cold, that stresses the heart. If you're cold, heart has to work overdrive to get blood circulating through your body. Okay, but we're talking about heat now. So if it's hot out and your body temperature rises too high, you have to also understand, like what I was saying with the nutritional variation video, that the certain proteins that are in your body, that are responsible for, that are basically, they build your body, they allow for all chemical processes to happen. If your temp rises too high, those can stop. And that's not good. Your body's not doing what it normally does. People who are lightheaded, people who get, when it's too hot out can get lightheaded, because their body's just not circulating, and there's delays in recognizing danger. Like, the body just can't do it, and it's dangerous, very, very dangerous. So the human body basically gets rid of heat in two basic ways. First one is radiation. Not like nuclear radiation, you're not going to glow. I'm talking like as a radiator, like dispenses heat out after it heats up. As long as the air around you is cooler than your body temperature, your body will radiate heat out. It's body heat. Think of it that way. It'll move from warmer to cooler areas. You know, if you ever in the wintertime, you guys, that group of people huddle together because it's body heat and they want to, you know, warm themselves up. They get a collective heater, I should say. Yeah, so your body radiates heat into the air as long as the air is cooler than your body temperature. However, if the air temperature starts to match your body temperature, your body's not going to be able to radiate heat now because it has nowhere to go. Because don't forget, it moves from warmer to cooler areas, but if the outside temperature is almost matching your body temperature, you know, that the heat has nowhere to go. So that becomes, you know, a bigger issue. So what ends up happening is the body responds by increasing blood flow, so more of it can go to the skin. So when it goes to the skin, you know, it could basically try to, you know, get that heat out. It kind of forces it out. That's radiation. Okay, that's radiating the heat. Now, during this whole time, the heart beats faster, okay, and it has to pump harder. So now you've put it under stress. Okay? Second way is evaporation. You sweat. When you sweat, every bead of sweat basically, you know, pulls out some heat. That's good. When it's really, really humid out, or if you're in a really humid climate, the sweating is not going to go anywhere because there's so much moisture in the air that it pretty much matches and keeps the sweat on the arms and on the face and on the head and the body, and you pretty much don't have the ability to cool yourself off. So very humid days, that can happen. Now during this time also, when you're sweating, your body's now going to eliminate sodium, potassium, a lot of minerals that are pretty much responsible for neuromuscular and neurological, you know, connections, as well as, you know, muscle and cramps and all that stuff. So you end up losing all of that. So that entire process is water also. Your ability to get rid of water or retain water or anything like that, everything gets put in jeopardy now. So during this time, your heart has to, because it's the engine of the body, has to pump and it has to push and it has to figure out a way to get rid of the excess body heat. But just like we've seen cars overheat, the human body can as well. And then when that happens, things start to shut down. So be very mindful when hot weather comes. You have to look into how you're feeling, how much you're sweating, if you're sweating, your heart rate, as well as, you know, keep hydrated, try to stay in some shade, stay in cool areas, you know, and just try to avoid direct sun contact. Well, obviously you're not going to contact the sun, but don't be in direct sunlight, okay, because that just heats you up even faster. Not to mention sunburn and then skin cancers and all that stuff, but that's a topic for another day. All right, so just be very careful when you're out in the heat. Your heart has to work overdrive, and if you have any history of excessive weight gain or even weight loss, you could be putting yourself at risk for something much, much worse. If you have a family history of cardiovascular disease, you have to be very careful. If you're on any medications, blood thinners, blood pressure medications, all these things factor in. So, weather's getting nicer, people are getting vaccinated, we're able to go out and do things. Let's not screw this up by just not taking care of ourselves. Alrighty? Thanks a lot, guys. As always, hit the like, subscribe button, and I'm going to try and be putting these out at least once a week for you guys. I'll be traveling again, so that's coming up. I'm going to be very happy with that. Hopefully be doing some videos from on the road. And we're going to just keep doing this because it's fun. Alrighty? Thanks again. Remember, get the tools, do the work, stay strong. Have a great day, guys.